Doing, Coach?
Good. How are you?
Sorry about the delay there and getting you on.
That's okay.
Cole Raring's got to step up his game over there on the other side of the glass here. But thanks for taking a few minutes. And just wanted to catch up with you. Some big news in your life over the last week or two. If people don't realize, you were elected into the South Jersey Football Hall of Fame. Got to be a great thrill for you.
Yeah, very, very humbling, but a big honor. Not just for me, of course. Some long-time coaches I've had with me. It's great for the school, the athletic department, the town. It's a big honor, and we're again very humbled by it.
Yeah, you don't get to that level without a lot of great help.
No.
What did that mean to you, getting elected into that Hall of Fame? I know that's a very prestigious honor, like you said, and to really recognize what you've done over there at Bridgeton High School with that football program. What did that mean to you to be recognized in that way?
I'm just very, very honored. You don't realize how long you've been at it. I've had, again, a lot of coaches. Joe Teppas has been with me for 27 years. Had some other guys that have been with me, and now, you're getting all of the guys around you are starting to retire. So, things are, you're on the down slope. So.
I don't think so, man. You keep producing great teams over there. What about you? How long are you going to stick around and keep coaching football down there at Bridgeton? Any timetable, or are you just going to keep going?
No, I don't know. I definitely love the coach, love what I'm doing. My wife, every time I leave the house to go scout or to go to practice, she's going to have fun. Yeah. Going to have fun. It's not, it's definitely not work. Never seems like work. When it does, I guess it's time to get out. But I don't see that happening. I love what I do. I love the people I work with.
Well, hey, she signed up for that, so that's the life of a football wife.
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the program down there. I know you guys had a great year last year. Got some real good athletes coming back. You're what, 18 years into your head coaching career. Is it the same motivation wise? And do you wake up every day saying, "Man, I can't wait for this next season to start"?
Yeah. Every season, it stands on its own. We've had some really great seasons and some not so great seasons, but some of those not so great ones are still rewarding. It's nice to see kids progress through the season. We like you said, we lost a lot this year. We lose a ton of skilled kids. Capadonna Miller, Stefan Bowman, Azir. Those are three stud kids. And definitely we can't replace them. Just have to have some kids try and step up. We do bring back our whole front line and defensive line, so that's definitely a plus.
How important is that, bringing back the whole offensive line? You got a young quarterback there. I don't know if you're going to keep him at quarterback, whatever, Marquise Bell, but a great athlete if you do decide to keep him at quarterback. But really, the offensive line, especially at high school, is such a key thing to have guys come back with experience. I know Absegami had a tough year last year, but they got a bunch of offensive linemen coming back, so they're looking for big things this year. How important is that to have those lines intact and really build from there?
Yeah, I think if you talk to most coaches, they'd rather, if you had to choose to have experienced skilled kids or experienced linemen come back, they choose the experienced linemen. Definitely a plus. It's just such a huge part of the game. Technically wise, scheme wise, and those guys are, most of them have been 3-year starters for me. So we definitely have a jump in that aspect. It's going to be, skilled kids trying to catch up.
Right. What about the Bowman kid? I know a great athlete, played basketball.
Yeah.
I think he did track as well. What's he? Is he going to be playing on the next level?
Yeah, he's going to Del Valle.
Nice.
Excited about that. Capadonna is going to Wesley.
They got a great program down there.
Yeah, really good. Hopefully they meet up in the playoffs. We got a couple kids. We got a kid playing at Rowan. We got Nas playing at UConn. We've got a lot of kids in school playing this year, so Saturdays are going to be busy.
How satisfying is that for you as a coach to see these kids excel and get to the next level and have that opportunity not only to play ball in college but to get that college education?
Yeah, I think that's why you coach. Not that every kid needs to go to college. We just kind of want to see the kids get out of school and progress in their life and do something that they love to do. And college is just it's a great avenue for kids, and definitely makes us as coaches feel like we had something to do with them and their planning the rest of their life. And again, it does give us something to do on Saturday. If you're not too many games to scout, anymore, but you can go watch some college games, and that's nice.
Yeah, I know when I used to help coach baseball down at Vineland, Coach Malatesta would always pound this into our head as coaches that we're not just coaching baseball, we're kind of bringing young men up into adults, and how important that was for that program. Obviously, for all these programs, as a head coach, you want these kids to be able to see the value of what they're doing and what these values they learn as a high school athlete can really do for them throughout their lives. How important is that for you and your staff to really get these kids to understand that football is a way to learn about life?
Yeah, many life lessons. Not just football, like you said. All sports that you learn on and off the field, preparing for the season. Your organizational skills, your work ethic. I think all builds through athletics has a big part in that, and definitely leads to I think more successes in their life. Those lessons learned on and off the field. And we preach that too. You try and use football as a vehicle to get to where you're going to better your life. I think was it like less than 1% of athletes actually can play professional sports. It's a great dream to have, but you definitely need to have a secondary plan.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's a great if they can use it as a vehicle to help better themselves. That's what we really preach.
We're talking with Dave Ellen, head football coach down at Bridgeton High School. Coach, tell us a little bit about what's going on with your program, what kind of things you're working on towards the 2015 season, and what you hope for this coming season.
Well, for one, we're replacing one of my longtime assistants, Joe Taggart, is leaving. Great O-line guy, D-line guy, special teams. He's going to be, one guy. I'm going to have to replace him with, 3 or 4 guys probably this year. And like I said before, I think our preseason is definitely going to be geared toward our young skill kids. Learning the offense, our schemes on defense, and special teams. We pride ourselves in having a really good special teams unit. So it's definitely going to be a fast-paced kind of preseason for those young kids, and the older kids are going to have to kind of step into a coaching role and leadership role and bring those kids along.
Coach Ellen here from Bridgeton High School. Coach, we talked to Coach Russo over at Vineland earlier in the show about just the different way of coaching these days with all the technology that's involved. He was talking about Huddle, that program, making tapes and stuff for all these guys to get looks in college, and just the day-to-day getting these kids to understand the playbook. Have you guys delved into this new technology, and if so, how important has that been for you?
It's fantastic. I mean, he's kind of new at coaching, so he doesn't know. I mean, I remember 8mm film.
Yep.
Watching that. When VHS came out, your Saturdays were spent dubbing tape, making copies of tape, exchanging film with the other coaches. Maybe driving 45 minutes to an hour, meeting a coach and exchanging film that way. Making duplicates film, giving to your coaches, then having coaches meetings on Sundays with that film. Huddle is such a great program because you can communicate online with the kids. You can cut up plays, send them plays over the internet, and send your coaches. I mean, it's just a fantastic tool, and I probably haven't scratched the surface of how you can use it. I try to stay up on it and try to use it. It's to me, it's a fantastic invention. It's a time saver. It's great for the kids too, making highlights, because sometimes they see something that you might not see.
And also with the new technology comes new challenges, obviously, for coaches on all levels. You see this even up to the pro level with the social media and stuff. Do you guys spend any time talking to these kids about how important it is to represent themselves well on social media? I mean, college coaches are following these kids and looking at what they say on these social media sites like Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Has that become something you have to be aware of with these kids and really drum into their mind, like, hey, represent your school well, represent yourself well when you're out on these sites?
Yeah, you have to. It's I think it's the kids may think that they're playing around, but everything is online. Everything is there, to be seen, and can hurt you in the long run. So, we preach probably the past 5-6 years we've been preaching that, just because it's so prevalent in the pros, and then it filters down to college and definitely filters down to us. But it's very important. It's another life lesson they have to learn.
All right, we're up against the break, Coach. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us. Enjoyed talking to you. Good luck this season, and enjoy your 4th of July weekend.
Great. Do the same. Thanks for having me.
I will. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Have a good one.
That was Coach Ellen talking a little football. He's the head coach over there at Bridgeton High School.